And welcome back to the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club monthly update for January 2022. My name is Joe, KA1GDQ. I'm the activities chair for the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club. Chairman, director, something like that. Folks, first I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. It was just yesterday. And hopefully everybody has a healthy and prosperous new year. And we're battling COVID again, and it's a lot worse what it's been. So let's see what we do here and see what we got. And coming up, we got some news from the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club. We're covering some news on the Eastern Mass site as well, and I might end up coming up with a Western Mass blurb after this as well. So, but this is just going to be for Algonquin and the Eastern Mass section right now. Okay, and welcome aboard, by the way. I want to say congratulations to two new hams, KC1QFD and KC1QFE. That's Jeff and Ian. They took their tests at the recent MMRA in VE session, which is now the MMRA in AARC, because we got a lot of our AARC members now helping out with the VEs there. So, welcome to the hobby, and to Jeff and Ian. Again, that's KC1QFD and KC1QFE. All right, and hopefully they'll be joining us in our meetings, and that's coming up as well. More information. Once again, I said Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for 2020 coming up. I hope everybody has a very prosperous New Year and more of a very healthy New Year. So, we're dealing with the COVID issue, so. And again, also happy holidays from the league. That's I get that off the league website, so give the attitude to avoid where that came from. And can't you tell? It says ARRL and the stocking cap for the snowman. So, but again, from the club and the league, happy holidays. Now for the bad news. COVID numbers are over 10,000 for one day. That was this week. It's been jumping up. It jumped from 7 to 10 in one day, and it's just been spiking big time. Right now, we're back. We should be back to wearing masks every place we go. At least I do. I know that it's a pain in the butt to wear and everything else, but it's for our own safety. Okay, the Omicron is not as bad as they claim, but it's hitting everybody. So, or not everybody, but a large sum of people. So. The numbers are as follows. We have a total of 10,040 cases. This is released on December 24th, and the data is as of December 23rd. Okay, so this is one day. What do you think tomorrow's numbers are going to be on Monday, on the 27th? Oh, I don't want to think about it, but we had a total of 10,040 cases. Tests were taken, 122,785 tests were taken with a positivity rate of 8.32. The hospitalizations, 1,595 people in the hospital, with 358 of those being patients in the ICU, and 223 of those ICU patients are on intubated. The hospital numbers are down. Oh, they're up right now recently, but with this number of people, it could be a lot worse. So, all right. So, and then the total deaths have been 32, and the average age is 75. Again, my guess, this is just a guess, and I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm guessing 35 to 40K for tomorrow's numbers. That's going to cover Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You have 3 or 4 days. So we'll see what happens. Let's have some good news here. January 13th is our next Algonquin Amateur Radio Club meeting at the middle school, the Wickham Middle School on Union Street in Marlboro. The meeting is you park in the rear, and you go in the library doors to the rear, which face the rear of the building, facing the field, the new soccer and football field for the middle school. All right. January 18th is our next EOC EMA meeting. Okay. That's at the firehouse. February 10th is also our February meeting for the club, for the AARC, with the 15th being the EMA. March 10th is AARC, and March 15th is the EOC. Now, January and February meetings, we are going to be talking about the flea market that's coming up, all right? And so please, if you get a chance, please come down, either join one way or the other. I have not heard if we're switching over to a virtual with these numbers right now, the COVID numbers, so I'm going to say is right now it's at the middle school, but we'll see what happens. Okay, recap of the activities of 2022. Starting on Saturday, we have our lantern battery challenge. And folks, I bought my batteries. I got a new solder kit, and I'm going to start working on my batteries this week. And I'm going to have to see how I'll be working out of here. I'm going to probably plug them into, I'm going to go with my VHF, UHF radio, or go with my HF. I might go with HF just to see what I can get out of it. So, and bring it down to low power. And then that's happening January 1 through March 31st. January 15th, and I have more information in the slides. January 15th is the Whitman Amateur Radio Club Winterfest. Okay, so if you're looking to get some stuff, or you want to get some good used stuff, or just some information, if you need a test, and you're down that way, it's on Route 18 in Whitman at the Knights of Columbus. It's basically almost across the street, or just past the Strawberry Valley Golf Course on the left-hand side, coming from Abington into Whitman. Okay. February 19th is our flea market, the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club's Marlboro Flea Market, and that is going to be again at the middle school here in Marlboro. I should have put that here, but we'll cover them any further down, anyways. We know where it's going to be at because we're going to be there the day before setting up. Okay, sorry for coughing. Hold on a second. Water break. All right. After that, we have in April, either April-May timeframe. I haven't had a date yet when it's going to be. We should be having our Hazmat Collection Day. And I'm going to get more information, and I'm going to put an email out right after this and see if we can get somebody head up the museumship weekend, if we're going to go do it this year or not. We list last year, so let's see what we can do. And then we have Field Day. Right now, Field Day may be just at Crow. We're going to finalize everything, so this is all to be determined. I think we're going to be okay with Ron. See if Ron can get us out at Crow. But the firehouse may not be an option. It may or may not be. We don't know if we can get somebody or not. I know I was talking to Eric, and he says he might be out of town that day. So we're not sure what's happening yet. We're going to find out more information down the, within the next month or two. So, definitely watch our February update, because that's when we're going to start finalizing plans for Field Day. And then again, August 11, 2022 is our AARC. Correction, is the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club card sort. Okay, tentative date, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll be better off, be less COVID numbers by then. Okay, the AARC has reinstituted the dues. Dues are due on the 10th. I sent mine out today via my bill pay. And I need to send up, fill out the new form and send it in to Kenny and Tim. But make sure you have your dues and your membership forms into Kenny, our treasurer. You can send them to the P.O. Box. I believe it's 258 here in Marlboro, 01752. Just go to the website at n1em.org, and in the banner it has the address right on top of it. So head up there and do that. All right. January 2022 VE sessions. Happy New Year, folks. Right now, everything's still good. Okay. Sorry about that. I had an itch on my nose here. But Falmouth Amateur Radio Association is going to be in Forestdale, which is basically a section of Sandwich, Mass. Right over the, okay. And that's going to be on the 8th. That's going to be next weekend. Not this coming weekend, but the weekend after. The weekend after New Year's weekend. Let's put it that way. And then Chelmsford's having the Billerica Amateur Radio Society is having theirs in Chelmsford on the 13th, and Swansea's having theirs on the 17th. Okay, actually in Swansea, that's part of the BCARAVE team 7. That's going to be the South Swansea Baptist Church. All right, Chelmsford's at the Chelmsford Bible Church, and okay, and you need to pre-register, but walk-ins are allowed. As far as the Falmouth one, you have to register ahead. You must register ahead, and that's the same with the BCRA VE teams also requesting registering or calling ahead, no walk-ins. Others happening on June 8th. Braintree's having theirs June 8th. All right, as I mentioned, Falmouth. You know, that first one was an old screen I meant to delete, but oh well. As I say, I mentioned Falmouth, but Braintree's having theirs at 9:30, by the way, and 10:30. Again, registering is mandatory. Register or call ahead, no walk-ins. That's on the 8th. I mentioned the 13th for Billerica, and I mentioned the 17th for the BCRA in Swansea. There's also the one here in Marlborough at the City Church in Marlborough, 72 Jefferson Street, Marlborough, Massachusetts 01752. This is the one we usually have at either we're having at the firehouse, or initially it used to be at the library, but we're trying to find a new home for it right now. But January 22nd, 2022, hosted by the MMRA and assisted by the AARC members. It started at 9 a.m. Walk-ins are welcome. However, we do prefer people to register ahead. You can check you can get with me, KA1GDQ@AARL.org. Correction, AARL.net, I should say. It's KA1GDQ@AARL.net. Or you can get a hold of Ron, all right, and who's our new VE team leader, to get to register for that. All right, just give us a heads up you're coming, basically. So you can give me an email, KA1GDQ@AARL.net, and I'll forward that off to Ron that you're coming. February, we also have the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club Flea Market, which is our flea market. We will have testing there starting at 9 a.m. Walk-ins are allowed. All right. Again, if you want to register for it, contact me, KA1GDQ@AARL.net. Or I mentioned it if you are submitting money for a table and you want to test, or you know some of this testing, you can also notify us that way as well. And that's going to be 219, and then 221 Swansea's, the BCRA again is in Swansea at the South Swansea Baptist Church at 5:30. March, again, Billerica is going to be 310. Okay, that's for the Billerica Amateur Radio Society in Chelmsford. At 312, Braintree EMA is going to have theirs. Okay. 312 is also the Falmouth Amateur Radio Association. On 319, March 19th, is going to be the one in Gardner, put on by the Mohawk Amateur Radio Club at the Gardner Police Department Training Room at 10 a.m. And then once again, we go back to the one in Swansea by the BCRA. Okay. All those, the only that's allowing walk-ins is Billerica and Gardner. So they are accepting walk-ins. All others must pre-register. You can also do a VE testing session online. You can check that out and see what's available for you at www.AARL.org/online-exam-session. Okay, the 2022 Hamventions and flea markets. All right. Believe it or not, if you go into the league website and you search, it doesn't come up with this. So Whitman, let me give you a heads up, it's not coming up, folks. But the Women Amateur Radio Club Winterfest is January 15th. I got this information directly from their website. All right. And it starts approximately table start at 7 a.m. table setup, and the flea market opens at 9. Now the doors open at 9 for buyers. from 9 to 1. It's going to be at the Knights of Columbus in Whitman, 1195 Bedford Street. That's Route 18, folks. As I mentioned earlier, right down the street, just after Strawberry Valley Golf Course. If you go on Route 18 and you're heading south, okay, going from Abington into Whitman, it's right after the town line. So if you go too far down, you're going to realize you're going to the Whitman Center. And you're like, oh, I missed it. So, all right. And then February 19th, as I mentioned, is ours. February 19th, 2022. Okay. 6:30 is our setup time. And if you want to reserve a table, contact Tim at on our new club line, 508-251-9317. That's 508-251-9317. Contact Tim before 9 p.m. Okay, or email us at fleamarket@n1em.org. Nellingham Convention on 2/12 is in Augusta, Maine. That's going to be February 12th. That's put on. That's. I don't see a sponsor who's sponsoring it there. Oh yeah, the Augusta Amateur Radio Club is sponsoring that one. And then we have the HamCon AARL Vermont State Convention. That's going to be in Colchester, Vermont. That's going to be on 2/26. And then 4/24 is going to be the one in Thompson, Connecticut. It's an AARL Hamfest at Eastern Connecticut Amateur Radio Association. For some reason, those popped up, but nothing else did. So, NARFest is still on April 29th and 30th. Don't worry about those days. That's an old picture. But it is definitely on April 29th and 30th, 2022. AARL contest for January. We get a straight key night. We have Kids Day, we have Radio Roundup, and January VHF. I have some more information on the straight key night too. Okay, but the first Saturday, January 1st is straight key night and Kids Day. So I wish I grabbed more information before I did this recording on Kids Day. So watch the channels for maybe an update on the Kids Day. See if we can get kids on the air those days. We got the Radio Roundup on the 8th, and then we have the January VHF contest on the 15th. February, we have the School Club Roundup and the DX contest at CW. Straight Key Night. Many hams look forward to the Straight Key Night as one of the highlights of their operating year. Straight Key Night is not a contest, so there is no need for quick exchanges. All you need is your favorite straight key or a bug. Many participants dust off their vintage rigs and keys, but all gear, regardless of its age, is welcome. The number of contacts you make is not important, and many new and long-time friends get together on the air for this event. Send your list of stations worked, Straight Key Night stories and photos, along with your votes for best fist and most interesting QSO to straightkey@aarl.org before January 31st, 2020. So. All right, so just get on the air and start pounding away at those keys if you have them. I need a new one. I need keys. I need to go back and I'll admit I'm a bad ham. I lost my code. I had password 13 words a minute and I haven't used it in ages. So needless to say, I've lost it. So I need to get back to it. Probably just take me a little while to get back and get the swing of things. Effective January, but here's a new point here on contesting. New low power limit for AARL HF contest starting January 1st, 2022. Effective January 1st, 2022, the power output limit for low power categories has been lowered from 150 watts PEP to 100 watts PEP. With the exception of the AARL Field Day, this exchange is in effect for all AARL sponsored HF contests as well as the IARU World HF Championship. This change has been implemented to standardize the low power categories in the contesting community. Additionally, the previous 150 watt limit is no longer applicable to low power cost categories because most modern HF transceivers only have a power output of 100 watts or less. Okay, so that's your update there. The K1 USN slow speed test, okay, that's still going on. It is right now at because UTC doesn't change. Only the local time zones changes, like the Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. They change, but the UTC doesn't, and they set this by UTC time. So it's still 2000 to 2100 UTC, which is 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern time, or 7 to 8 Eastern time on Sundays at night, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday night. So, all right. So that's 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern on Fridays, and then 7 to 8 Eastern on Sundays. That's right off their website. Okay, the QSO parties by region. Just this month, we only have one. It's on the 15th. That's Alaska. And then in February, we have British Columbia, Minnesota, Vermont, all on 2/6. And then the 27th is South Carolina, followed by North Carolina on the 28th. Okay, that's February. In March, we have Idaho, Oklahoma, Wisconsin, and Virginia. Eastern Mass section news. How to run a successful technician class online presentation on December 28th. I'm going to summarize this. If you are thinking of putting on a class, get a hold of Bruce, K1BG.Bruce@gmail.com. I know my face is in the way of that email, but it is K1BG.Bruce@gmail.com. Get a hold of Bruce and tell him you're interested in joining the this conference call. It is going to be on Zoom. It is going to be on December 28th at 7 p.m. All right. So if you're interested in see how to run a successful class, take a look at this and see how it's done. Okay, come on up here and join in. All right. I'm planning on trying to at least join that. Again, that's Tuesday night, December 28th at 7 p.m. Okay, and with COVID concerns going on, the 23rd annual Ham Radio University is going to be back as a virtual class, a virtual event. Okay, in January 2022. To get more information on this, to register, you want to go to hamradiouniversity.org. Okay, it's going to be about 1,300 to 2,200 UTC. All right. And the areas that it's going to cover is going to be basic of HF operations. Yeah, basics of HF operating, ham radio contesting and DXing, communicating through the amateur radio Earth satellites, software-defined radios, HF and VHF digital communications, parks on the air, Skywarn cables and connectors, and using Raspberry Pi computers in amateur radio. Some great topics to jump in on there. So if you're interested, it's $5 to. It's actually free, but there's there is an optional $5 donation. And don't forget, the UN SciTech's having the Cuban Space program still going on, which started back in December, and the January 7th and 21st. Okay, are the next two sessions. All right. So I think they'll be covering. Kind of confused. It says January 7th on the left-hand side, and it says January 8th on the right-hand side. So why are the dates one day off? But this is what I took this off their website last month. So again, congratulations! Don't forget the ARRL New England division has a new director. Okay, and that is Fred Kemier, AB10C. Okay, and he's starting in January 1st. Well, I'd like to also thank Fred, K1VR, for all the work he's done for the league and for the New England division. So thanks a lot for your hard work, Fred, and good luck to they're both named Fred, matter of fact. So good luck to K1VR and welcome to AB10C. So just if you see them, give them your best and everything else. And if you have any ideas for the upcoming couple years, get a hold of Fred Kemier at AV10C at AARL.net. Okay. Very important. If you have kids in school who's going to be going to college, and the kids are hams, or they're thinking about being a ham, this is a good reason to become a ham. If they are a ham, they can apply for the scholarship. All right. The scholarship's been going since November 1st, 2021. All right. And the last day is going to be on Friday. December 31st is the last day you can apply for the 2022 scholarship through the ARRL. All right. So they award 100 scholarships between $500 and $25,000. So to be awarded for the 2022. So if you know anybody who's interested in doing that and applying, please get this information to them as soon as possible. The website is www.aarrl.org/scholarship-program. Again, the DMR update here. The Acton Mass DMR repeaters have been realigned and now on the DMR Mark network. And here are the talk groups. There's only 3 in time slot 2, which is the local, which is talk group 9. The Mass statewide, which is group call 3125. Talk group, I should say 3125, and then the New England network, which is 3181. Everything else is in time slot 1. One last note about that, the DMR repeater information, just a reminder, now this is an old post I think I pulled off their website, of the DMR Mike website, but just a reminder that the North American Talk Group is it's up and running full time. In other words, you don't have to bring it up to listen. It'll bring it up here. As it puts here, effectively immediately, the North American Talk Group returned to its original purpose as a wide area talk group available to all North American hams or general QSOs at any time. We believe the North American Talk Group is more effective as a meeting place for all hams rather than as a calling channel. Accordingly, we encourage all hams to use this talk group for general QSOs spanning across the multiple North American repeaters as a way to bridge the distance between us. In addition, we kindly ask hams to respect the fact that this talk group is widely distributed and that they keep conversation to a reasonable length and take regular pauses to accommodate others that might want to join into the QSO. What does this mean? When you're in DMR, if you're in a QSO, take a break, go, hey, let's see if anybody else wants to jump in. This is KA1GDQ on the North American Talk Group. Anybody else wishing to jump in, please call now. And see if he wants to jump in or borrow the repeater, borrow the talk group. If it's going to be extremely long, they put a note here that accessible English user accessible English 1, which is talk group 113, and UAE talk group number 2, which is talk group 123. Okay. Also, there's TAC 311 and 312 on the repeaters in this area that you can use to carry your conversations without tying up the main North American talk group. The idea behind that is to make the call on North America initially and then move off. But you can still use it as for brief QSOs. But if you're going to have a long break too, call somebody and move it down to either talk group 310, TAC 310 or TAC 311, or UAE talk group 113 or 123. Okay. Any updates? Updates on YouTubers. I haven't really taken a quick look at these. These are some ones in the past I've had. Okay, I did not watch, and I'm bad. I'm behind on my Ham Nation information, and I did not look this up, and I didn't watch it. Sorry, guys, I missed it this month because I was kind of busy. But their schedule is going to be January 5th and 19th are the next 2 shows. So. All right, you can get the whole information if you just go to Ham Radio Crash Course. If you Google Ham Radio Crash Course / Ham Nation, or just Google Ham Nation, you'll be able to find the link. Again, they're no longer on Twit. They're on the YouTube under the Ham Radio Crash Course channel. I did do a last month, and I mentioned this on the last update. I did post the CS800D programming fix. Okay. And I haven't done much ham-wise posting. I will be posting this soon, but I do have the last two updates as well. Just a note. I don't know why I put it in here, but I did. But the WSJTX development team released 2.5.3. So it was WSJTX development team has released version 2.5.3. Then release includes a feature to special interest to users participating in the AARC January VHF contest. So if you're going to be doing the contest in for the January 15th, make sure you have the latest version WSJTX. Okay. This new feature of the AARC VHF contest is an enhanced macro facility for transmitting messages aimed at making it easy to another stations to QSY to another band. The features are described in the link here on the page. So if you need those, get a hold of me. I'll send you the actual slide if you want with the link on it. Okay. The AARL podcast on the Air magazine had a good discussion about portable radios with antennas. About how if you can actually stick a 19-inch wire to it, it might help your gain on your rubber duck. And the other thing is on Eclectic Tech, episode 49, Ward Silver talks about the new edition of his book Grounding and Bonding for the amateur radio, or for radio amateur, and the general importance of station groundings. Very important to do. So, lastly, we have our ARCnet info. Again, that's going to be tonight. Today is the 26th. It's going to be in the 446-675 repeater with a 5 megahertz offset, 88.5 tone. I'll be your net control tonight. And next week we have Mike, followed by Skip, Tim, and then back to myself. All right, so there's the schedule right up there where net controls are. If you're interested in the net control, you'd like to jump into this rotation, please do. Contact me at KA1GDQ@AARL.net. That's KA1GDQ@AARRL.net. And I'll be glad to put you in the rotation. And that just gives us an extra week between that, so we have to run. So, and thanks again to Mike, Skip, and Tim for covering those other weeks. So please keep watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please share out the information. Get this out to everybody of the Eastern Mass sector. Try to cover certain topics out of the EMA.ARRL website. If I get any news about DMR repeaters, if I get any news about any repeaters, I try to put it on here if possible. Or any news about anything that any clubs are doing. If you have a club, if you have a Hamfest coming up or a special event, if you have any classes coming up, if you have any VE sessions coming up that aren't posted, email me, KA1GDQ@AARL.net, and I'll be very glad to go ahead and add it to the list. Okay. So the only thing you do is keep an eye on our n1em.org page. That's www.n1em.org, and at facebook.com/groups/Algonquin Amateur Radio Club. That's our group page. So and we'll post things from there from time to time as well. So with that, my name is Joe. I'm going to say 73 to all. I hope everyone's having a great time. I'm hopefully going to be cleaning up the office in the next month or so in the other room, and hopefully be moving this into the other room so I can do a little less, little more work with a little less background noise. All right, and folks, I want to say this. I want to wish everybody a very healthy and happy New Year. And I hope everybody had a great Christmas. I really did, and hope they was at least get a chance to get with family. Due to the ice, we all had to put Plan C into effect, basically. And thank goodness, early in the week we went, just in case, let's think about having stuff at roaster, and we did. So we had to do a plan. We had to go to Plan C, and we did that with the family here and the whole bit. So we didn't get a chance to see as many people as we wanted to. We did go out and see my side of the family on Christmas Eve. Ran around, just dropped off gifts to the different houses. We had a great time. We went down to the Enchanted Village. So you can catch that on my Joe from New England page, by the way. So take a look at that. Again, my name is Joe, KA1GDQ, and this is the Algonquin Amateur Radio Club's monthly update. I want to call it weekly or bi-weekly because no longer. I'll call it a monthly update. This was for January 2022. We'll see you for the next month. I should release that like the last week of January. But folks, have a great new year, and we'll see you in 2022. 7-3 all.